Okay, guys, so this is going to be Housewives of Potomac, Season 9, Episode 16. The Truth Will Set You Off. So we start off where we left off, which was at Ashley's drag event, and we're still arguing with Karen and Mia. They kind of replayed a little bit from last week where basically Karen was just trying to confront her about what Gordon had said to Ray, just to say that she was a liar and all those things. Of course, Stacy at this point, she started to feel like, well, I don't know, this doesn't really feel right, right? Like this is kind of like why would Karen hijack Ashley's event to confront Mia like this, right? So we move from the outside to the inside because we was outside arguing just to try to avoid arguing in public. But we bring it back in and we still kind of go back and forth just a little bit because Ashley was saying to me, like, well, why don't you go and just clarify things so that way we don't have to argue about this situation? Like, we just need to clear things up. And me is like, well, I don't need to clarify nothing. Like, she need to clarify is she sleeping with Ray or not? Like, we need to know that. Do you need to clarify who the father of your daughter is? No, I don't think so. So why are y'all coming at me? So basically, Karen is looking and she like, now why would Stacy be over there? She's supposed to be over here with me. Like, whose side is she really on? You know, so this is all Karen thing because Karen a little selfish in her little ways sometimes, especially with this situation that she has going on with the courts. So she wants all the support she can get, right? But for her to go over to the enemy, because I guess Mia would be the enemy at this point, that don't really sit too well with Karen. So Wendy tries to tell Stacy, well, yeah. So actually, yeah, Wendy was kind of getting a bit confused as well and was trying to see where does Stacy, what position are you in? Are you on Team Mia or are you on Team Mia? Team Mia or are you on Team Karen? And basically, Stacy was just trying to say, like, look, all I was saying is if if it involves children, right? Instead of confronting her, bringing up this situation that involves children in front of everybody, why not just go to the mother personally and you guys can talk and hash things out? So that's where Stacy was standing on business when it came to that. It wasn't that I'm taking Mia's side or I'm taking Karen's side. It's really I'm actually neutral in the middle, trying to understand where's everybody coming from because I'm really confused. And but value wise, moral wise, I just know that we ain't kids ain't supposed to be brought up like this, right? So, we kind of stop the argument and Ashley comes out. Ashley does her little dance, her little 1-2. Everybody's like, oh, yes, Ashley, go, Ashley, go. Ashley ton of poo. Ashley ton of poo. Okay. Is the name. She brought Karen up on stage. She stripped a little bit, just pulled off her top. She did have little pasties on, so no nipples was shown. And Kiana was looking like, her family is here. I don't know if she should be doing all that. Which the camera did show Uncle Lump over there, kind of like, he was into it, but he was kind of like, yeah, I don't want to see all that, Ashley. But good job, good job. Ashley comes off stage. She loved it. She had all the support and her friends there with her. She actually had Josh there with her, which feel my. Why you gonna tell him to feel that dang thing? Either way, it was fun, whatever. And she gets lots of praises from all her fans. Whoopty 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 whoop. And at this point, when she's kind of settled off stage just a tad, she goes to the group, and it's Karen, Wendy, Giselle, Jacqueline was standing there, and she was just saying that, hey, while you was backstage getting ready, we was out here confronting me about all her lies because Gordon told me this and Gordon told Ray this and it's all true and he already had the DNA and this and that. So Ashley is kind of like, oh my gosh, she got a little hyped up herself just a little bit. And she pretty much agrees with the group at this point. Mia is a liar. So we got Giselle, Karen, Ashley, and Kiana. And they go out to eat. And of course, we got to talk about last night because that was a lot with Mia. It was late night, whoopty boopty boop. Ashley, you did good, and all that good stuff. And Karen goes on to say, yeah, about the party. I mean, Mia, shoot, she's just trying to defame my character. And, I expect nothing less from her at this point. All she does is lie about her life. And, she knew about this DNA when she was in Panama. And she told us the sad story, bringing us into it. So, I'm over it. And Giselle agrees, like, she's been bamboozled from the beginning about Mia, which, like I said, is the shock value that these ladies possess. Like, you can literally probably, I don't know, have a tongue ring in your mouth, in your tongue, and they going, oh my God, you got a tongue ring. Like, either way, she's over it. So let's change the subject, and we ask Kiana, how's she doing with Greg? I think they are officially moved into the house. And basically, she was saying that she didn't expect it to be so difficult at this point. They had a real bad argument that she's still trying to process and get over. But basically, without saying, it's the show. Okay, Greg ain't feeling the show. He ain't liking that fact that she's on the show. I think he just doesn't get it. And as I think most of us who watch these shows, we do know, okay, it's a show about the wives. It's a housewife show. So it's about the women. Yet when the husbands come along and the partners or boyfriends or whatever, things get bought up, leaks get leaked, the blogs pick up, the fans get to talking, and your relationship is exposed to the world. So not everybody can handle it. And a lot of people end up getting, it's like the TV divorce curse. It happens, right? And, Ashley can agree or, feel her on that because her and Michael being on the show wasn't too good for Michael. And that's kind of why he has opted out to be off the show and don't even want to be mentioned on the show, actually. And, Giselle gives Kay some little, just good advice of just don't let no man diminish your own light. Like if he can't take it too much of it, you got choices. You ain't got to be there, right? So it's up to her. She hopes that they can move on in that relationship. So we find ourselves with Ink and Mia. Ink lets Mia know that, hey, Gordon texted me with the DNA results and everything, and he said that he told you, about a couple weeks ago, and he was hoping that you had shared the results with me. And he was just telling me, like, do you know anything about this? Because I was thinking it was fake, was it real, is he messing with me? Like, what's going on? So, Mia tells him, yeah, the results, I got them in my inbox. They 99.9% sure that it's Gordon's kid. I'm not sure why he went behind my back to do it, but I think it was more of, since he don't really like Ink and things, he just wanted to kind of dead the situation before, because it's kind of already out of hand at this point. So why not just dead it now, so that way this man who's trying to steal my wife, so to speak, don't even gotta worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that he could be stepdaddy if that's what he want to do, but he ain't daddy. Okay. So Ink, of course, is just expressing that I think he's pretty much getting a little fed up at this point with Gordon, because he was like, well, I can call Gordon myself and I'll talk to him. And so Mia was like, we'll do it now. And he like, well, I don't want to do it now. Like, I don't want to have him in between everything that we got going on. So in Ink's eyes, I think it's time to set some boundaries going on, because at this point, I don't really like this. It's too much. And of course, Mia in the confessionals would be agreeing with Ink, because it's a lot for her to handle, because technically she's the lady in the middle. You're being pulled on both sides. So how can you balance the two? Okay, so Stacy is going to put on this next event, and I was looking at the numbers of the episode because it's about 16. So I think this next one will be our finale. It might, yeah, if not second to last episode. But we usually like to end things off with a sort of bang, so to speak, right before the reunion. Um, yeah, but we'll get there. We'll get there because we are going to end with a bang. Karen goes to jail. Well, found guilty, as we know. She's in rehab now, not technically jail. Good for her. Good for her. Either way, Stacy in this Humane Rescue Alliance event fashion show. It's going to be where people walk with dogs and cats that are up for adoption. And it goes to a good cause, adopt humane society stuff, right? That's what we call ours, humane society. But either way, Ashley is there to, talk to her a little bit and see what's going on. They're at the little shelter place, actually looking at the dogs and things like that. They give each other updates on the divorce. On Stacy's end, she feels that everything's going good. They got like one more mediation left. She tells Ashley that she waived the child support, so she thinks everything's gonna run smooth. Ashley, on the other hand, is like, well, I mean, mine ain't going too smooth like I thought it was, because Michael is trying to get her to, I guess, sign a confidentiality type, uh, thing where, because he don't want to be on the show, right? So she's going to fight that, which means she's going to have to file a public claim, which may or may not make things worse. But if push comes to shove, if Ashley don't give her what she wants, she's going to have to do what she got to do. So with that being said, she's just letting Stacy know that, yeah, I mean, I didn't think I would have to go through this with Michael. I thought he would give me what I want and we can just go and move on. But it's not going that way. So if I were you, I would get that child support, girl. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can trust them all you want to, but you just never know. Okay, so Kiana and Greg, they are on their way to dinner, and in the car, she tries to bring up the argument that they had to, let's try to talk about it. What happened, and he was kind of like, I mean, I don't really want to talk about it. I think he said what he said, not really saying it to her, but I think that's what he in his mind. Like, I don't want to talk about it because we already went through that, right? So she's just like, okay, I mean, I understand, relationships, people go through things. We go through ups and downs like everybody else, just trying to, I think, just smooth things over for camera's sake. But they get to the restaurant and she brings it up again. Well, it was kind of mostly Greg a little bit on this part because I think he just kind of wanted to dead it a little bit and just tells her, like, you just got to learn to go with the flow. Like, just calm down a little bit. Like, that's all. So for her, she's like expressing to him that, I mean, you make me feel a little small sometimes when when we have these arguments. And it's either like, it's your way or a highway. So I'm not sure where I to go from here. Like, I'm a grown woman, right? I stand on my own, and I want this man who I love to support me in everything I do. But I feel like you're not giving that. So she does start to cry a little bit because it's in her feelings, and she felt, it's just a little dismissive of you to just not see me, especially in this moment, right? Because he was kind of looking at her like, I know you ain't crying. Is you crying for real, girl? I ain't dismissing you, but if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But whatever, girl. I love you, I support you, but I don't know. You doing a little too much. That's kind of how I took it, okay? Like, this, you ain't crying. Stop. So, you know, this is her point that Kay is at where she needs to be at. If he ain't gonna be supporting everything that I got going on with the show because it's important to her, then maybe he might not be the man for her, and they might have to go separate ways. It's up to her. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie here, but this is the part of the show where I kind of clocked out just a tad because the audacity of two people here, one being Wendy and one being Giselle, because not y'all trying to tell me what I can and can't do with my friends and associates and things of that nature because you mad. See, oh, and Karen, because Karen is the leader of these two ladies' thought process, right? So what I'm talking about is Vivian's boutique. Okay. Remember Vivian? We met her in the beginning. She's a friend of Karen's, a friend of Stacy's, a friend of a lot of people's. Okay, because look, if Sharice was on here, she would say, oh, "I don't know who Karen thought she was. I know Vivian since this and that, right?" Okay, so with this fashion show, she sent out invites to all the ladies, and she figured, well, I'm gonna do something nice for them and have Vivian dress them for the event. That way, they don't have to worry about it. Whoop de whoop de whoop, like I'm setting it all up for them, right? Wendy shows up. Ashley was there. Giselle comes a little bit later. So she points out that, yeah, Karen declined my invite. So I think she's not going to walk the show, but she'll be there for support. I mean, if that's how she feels, sure, but I'm not sure what I did wrong. So Ashley and Wendy was just like, well, Ashley said, well, maybe something that you said, might have triggered her just a little bit. Wendy, yeah, maybe it's something that you did or didn't do. So of course Stacy is kind of taken aback by that because she's like, well, what I did or did not do. And of course Wendy goes on to say, well, Karen, if she needs support, when are you there when she needs you? And Stacey's like, oh, no, don't you try to do that to me. Don't you try to do that to me. See, and this is where, because I thought Wendy, I really respect what Wendy represents. Okay? I really do. Because it's something that I think a lot of us women, especially when you down here and you're not up there, it's something you would aspire to be, right? But her actions on this show are very contrary to that side of her, which is that I wanted her to bring that side to the show, that business, that teacher, that put your 4 degrees to use, girl. Like she could read all these ladies for filth with words that they don't understand, and she won't do it, right? And the shock value that her and Giselle is on the same level. I can't. So, oh my God, you did this, you did that. Sorry. My little tangents is going to make this longer than it has to be because it could have been probably a 15-minute video. But they was making me mad because Stacy was trying to say, well, I mean, I've supported Karen in every single way that I can in each and every situation that y'all put me in with her, which the tape does roll it back. She was defending her when they was trying to call her alcoholic and things of that nature. And Wendy was just telling her, well, basically, we just thought that I was, that you will be on Karen's side and not Mia's side. But see, you don't ran over to Mia. So that's why we was all confused. They're like, well, and this is where she lost me completely because we are picking sides now. I'm supposed to pick a side, Wendy. I'm supposed to just stand over with Karen with all of y'all and just leave Mia by her little self. Look, with Jacqueline, it's really not fair, and it does show who you guys are as women. Honestly, like she basically was saying, oh, and this is where Giselle walks in the room, right? So she kind of interrupts the conversation, but pops right in because, hey, well, I just talked to Karen yesterday when we all got the invite. And so she mad that you invited all of us to Vivian's boutique to get dresses and you didn't call her first ahead of time before you sent the invitation to everybody else to let her know that you was going to come to Vivian's place first. So this is, I'm like, I expect this from Giselle. Like I do. But Wendy, I really didn't. So that's why I really was like, I can't believe it. I really can't. Because, like I said, what Wendy represents, I respect it highly. But her behavior on this show, do in the trash. Okay? So luckily, Wendy did pipe on her brain for 2 seconds to realize that Giselle was on some BS. Because wait, we need permission to go and shop at Vivian shop or shop at whoever shop because so-called who friends and who not friends. No, 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 no. And Ashley, yeah, she was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that. And Stacey, like, listen, I don't know Vivian longer than I've known Karen. So what? Like, I don't. I'm still confused. Like, really? That's it? It's not making no sense. And Giselle said, no, no, no. It was more. It was more. Um. Oh yeah, I forgot the comments that she made at Ashley's event. That was brought up in the invitation, verbatim. Okay, so she already knows that her sticking up for Mia was obviously not a good idea. But either way, Giselle's trying to go on with all these excuses to try to defend Karen as much as she can. Um, of course, Stacey is seeing this like, dang, so they're all on Karen's side, especially Giselle, and they just gonna come at me for no reason, just because. So this other lame excuse, Giselle's like, well, I didn't think you was into charities. So right, we're laughing at this point because what? What? Lord, our whole existence as these people in these societies is to do fundraisers, galas, and charities. So how can you say I'm not into it? Oh, you remember you kicked me out of yours, that GNA stupid stuff that her and Ashley had going on. Oh yeah, because you didn't support none of my charities. Yeah, because you kicked me out, girl, and I didn't have a chance. I mean, I guess you still could have sent her some money, but girl, not after being nope, 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 nope. And Giselle go on to continue with these other dumb excuses. And I'm not walking in your show either because you didn't talk to me about my dog history. Like, am I allergic to dogs and cats? Am I scared of dogs? Have I ever been bitten by a dog? You don't even know. So they like, okay, so you've been bit by a dog or whatever. I mean, yeah, so when I was younger, this and that. But in the confessionals, you saying you can't confirm nor deny such accusations that you just said out your mouth. Child, I'm so over Giselle at this point. I was so over Wendy. It was all ridiculous. And I'm glad, I mean, Stacey, of course, she stands up for herself and she could see the dumbness. So she was hitting Giselle back with whatever excuse she had for me. I got a better one for you. So good afternoon, good day, sir. Okay. I see that y'all trying to punish me for sticking up for Mia. This is some bull. But thanks for your support anyway. You can sit next to Karen. How about that? So Wendy has some good news for no, scratch that. Eddie has some good news for Wendy, right? He lets her know that, hey, I just had a good phone call with the White House, and you got an interview with Corinne Jean Pierre, which is the, ooh, I don't want to butcher her job, but is she like a secretary or something? Ooh, ooh, cabinet. She got a cabinet position in the White House. Let's just say that she worked one on one with Trump. Look, I don't know. This is 2024, so it was like the Biden situation. I'm not too familiar. Unfortunately, sorry. So while Wendy and Eddie is over there talking and enjoying in her celebrations, right? We go and we see Mia and Stacy. They were out to have a little lunch, okay? And of course, Mia has to say how Gordon is spiraling out of control and this and that. It's so hard. You just don't know where he's going to be at and dealing with him and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. So, she goes on to say that She's just really upset that Gordon will go behind her back to be sharing information with Karen. You know, it's just not cool, especially Karen, the lady who is not really her friend at this point. Like we all this that friend thing always comes up in all these shows. It's really really annoying, especially New York, New York, New York. Woo, I swear. But this ain't New York. This is Potomac. Okay. Um, which they were saying New York was a little boring. It started off really boring, but I think at the end it kicked it up really nice. So, and I think their reunion is gonna be really good as well. But either way, yeah. So of course Mia's just still, upset that I'm furious that he would go behind my back to this so-called friend, and she will basically use this information against me. So, of course, Stacy's like, well, when I met Karen, I thought she was this, I thought she was that. I wasn't expecting that she would do this to me, whoopty whoopty boop. And hey, just so you know, before I even met y'all, she tried to give me a little warning, right, against a couple of y'all. So she starts off with Mia, since obviously you talking sitting right here with me. But she told me that you was not Potomac girl, and don't be friends with you. So she said, okay, whatever. What is not Potomac? And she goes on to list all this stuff against Karen. Wooty wooty boom, boom. And Wendy, yeah, she told me that not to be friends with Wendy because Wendy is self-absorbed, because you can't trust her, and she's only out for herself. So we flipped back over to Wendy and Eddie. And they was, doing a little thing, talking about her show and meeting the White House. And she said, you know what? It would be a great idea to invite people who really care for me, people who really support me. Karen, I love her. Oh my God, she gave me the biggest support. And she invited me to Surrey County, and I was so important. And, I think I want to return the favor and have her come because, the whole plantation, slaves and this and that. White House is built by a slave, so it'd be almost like a sort of full circle for her type situation. Okay, fine and dandy. And then we flip back over to Stacy, and she like, yeah, look, I know that Wendy has Karen's full support, which the Bravo tape rolls all that footage of Wendy standing up for Karen as she always did. But why would Karen be poisoning my friendships with the ladies before I even meet them? So, in Stacy's mind, well, maybe this means that Karen just wanted pretty much me all to herself. And, you know, I can dibble and dabble with the ladies as I see fit, or maybe not as see fit, as Karen sees fit, right? So basically, now Stacy needs to reevaluate her friendship with Karen at this point. And do we bring up all these accusations? Sure. We'll have to get to the next episode for that, which should be pretty eventful. God, you're supposed to walk the dogs before you take them on stage. I don't know why they didn't know that. But either way, this got longer than expected, like I said, because I just had to go off on Wendy and Giselle. The ridiculousness of it all. Potomac girls, peace out. Bye.